but they will be spotted, sprayed down. But the rest of them, are they? No way. 3 of them make it to across the way, and Loop's not going to hold them on the approach. And with 3 players, they can play this split. They can play this north side, not safely, but a little bit more safely than going in a mad dash out the open with 7 teams looking your way.
It is so amusing me right now that South Everest compound's still not taken. I think the assumption from all teams that this is absolutely got players in it. But literally everyone on that north side made the wrap through Rozhok. Which is very confusing to me. And again, this is one of the situations with APG where, in my mind, if you see 2 players there, I'm wrapping back towards the west. I don't want to wrap through that area because I know it's already very clogged. There's only limited positions on that side. There was several positions on the north that were still free and available to play. For Rosemary, he's doing his best job to try and look if that's taken or not. Papra Supermassive looks like they're just going to hit the west side. They also think it's taken. It's so funny that no one knows this is free.
It is absolutely crazy, right? OG as well. They moved in from that northeast side. They actually decided to crash onto this compound instead of going further and going to this next one. The fact that the last player from Wolves might be the only one in that compound is going to get a little bit crazy because Doran is a little bit close to it right now. OG lost a player on the approach. That was to Rosemary on the off angle. Oh no, maybe GS are going to be able to take it as they crash on into the tree. Doran does fall down. Are they going to go across the road, though? You just don't think they're going to do it.
No, I think they're scared.
This is nuts.
They're scared. Again, there's no one in these buildings. GS thinks there's oversight from that position. Now IC also thinks there's oversight from that position. What? There's no one there. There is no one there. This is a classic international lobby of assumption that everyone else is good, right? And everyone else is probably taking the strong spots. Funny, this wouldn't happen in, tier 3 tournaments, just because people would crash that spot. And there'd be no one in it, and they'd be fine.
I think Alter Ego are going to figure it out sooner or later. OG having a little bit of back and forth with D+ right now. There is a lot of knocks on side, and it's all up to WizGod. Chips in a 1v1 against WizGod for OG. D+'s players are starting to fall. The nade doesn't connect. A pump action around the side. One shot's all it takes. Chips goes wide again, but it's going to come in through the window there. It's Rosemary who's able to shut down that fight, and now Alter Ego, they're taking this east compound. Goodness me. All right. They want the elims, I guess.
Oh, Alter Ego's going to clear everything before they clear the west. That's so fun. And to be fair, this actually does become quite a strong position. If they can grab this, I think they'd prefer to have it over the western compound. But it's there for the taking, for IC. If they want it, they can have it. But yeah, for Alter Ego, good scouting. I mean, they remained proactive that entire time. They didn't just sit over towards Everest. They were consistently sending scouts out in vehicles. Team Secret takes a hell of a nade from 9Z.
They get naded from 2 fronts here with Reject on the foothills as well. Another nade in, does the damage, doesn't stop the revive there, and it does manage to get Team Secret back up to 4. The heals need to come through, and Reject want to move. The zone is coming in 5 seconds. They know they can't conclude this fast enough, so they'll try and get out of there instead. Team Secret maybe more preoccupied to the north and fold back towards Reiji, lap back around him with the covering fire, but they still have to move. They still have to get going, and there really isn't too many options now.
I really do want to just take a quick look at the circle because it's basically Alter Ego and IC win. Finally, 9Z making the move. And they're like, wait, there's no one here? What? But yeah, so they'll pick up Northwest. Oh yeah, I mean, IC don't quite get that luxury, but I think they're happy just to pick up points on the outside as teams attempt to maneuver their way in. Nade's pouring down and Divine walks straight into one.
That is unfavorable there. Coming through for Reject. They are in the zone, but Goats are pushing in, and there's the nade to find the flush over towards Divine. Sarah also gets spotted. That's Loops chiming in as well. They want a piece of the pie, taking shots, getting nades in. Goat want a point. They want to add it to the tally. A scrap on the northwest side. Finally, more than one team's going in. It's Team Secret who are going to clash on that northwest compound. And maybe Pamper Supermassive doing something. They're heading over towards Alter Ego. In the meantime, still playing 2-2 split at the moment. It looks like, yeah, Krypton and Rosemary on the north side.
Hello.
Up towards Everest still.
I mean, Alter Ego have a lovely split right now. I actually really enjoy this one. They know the amount of area is clear in this position, so they set up this line where they're still taking advantage of the high ground up towards Everest whilst they have a safety anchor on the eastern side. I think this is really smart. A lot of times players who take that position on the eastern side, they send all 4 players there, and then the game gets away from you because you don't get enough done and you're hoping the circle's going to come your way, and it's a free win off the back of that. APG though, they push over towards IC. It's not happening though.
Oh, very close to getting a knock there. Need to stay alive. Falak hits the deck. Nades are going to start to come on through, but APG's already gone. These reses need to be fast. IQ wants to get back to his feet, get that healing on, because from the south side, you've got loops to worry about. And you can imagine they've heard this fight. They know that there is a team there, and maybe they're a little bit weak. They've seen the knocks on the feed. 9Z unlikely to push south. But I think there might just be enough. It's Alter Ego, though, who chime in. I think that's 2 knocks down there now. IQ not back up, which means that outpost is completely down. Only 2 players alive, and Loops are going to start to put their tendrils over.
Another good shot. That's from Alter Ego once again on the high ground. It looked like it came from Ratto Boy, but it was Alter Ego. And look at this. This is just such well set up from Alter Ego. I think this is a textbook game from AE over towards this eastern side of the map. And it's not a lot of times that this circle actually moves towards this compound and teams get to take full advantage of it. But most teams, like I said, would just play the 2-2 split inside these buildings. I've loved the way this game is played out from Alter Ego. I think they absolutely do deserve the win off this. We'll see if they can close it out. But up until this point, it has been fantastically played.
Rosemary, nade over towards Nico, and he's going to be able to land it. One and done. Sure, Flashy might not be all substance, but it certainly looks good on camera. And now it's in a circle, moving on in. I think it's just Falak with a nade cooking. Trying to move past, crawling through the smokes, playing hide and seek. Drops a nade down towards one of them. That's Ratto Boy now out on the flank. Don't know if they know where that nade came from. He steps up for another. Falak has no HP, but he's playing like he's got a full bar right now. Ratto Boy has got a Rafinha to play off against on the off angle. But Falak's up to the rock. He'll get high, and he looks for another. He's now got one more player to deal with. It's all up to him, and he won't quite be able to go the distance, but there's a reason that Falak is praised like he is.
You're crazy. Steps up on Lion's Rock and rolls with the DBS. That is some unbelievable maneuvers. It really is now down to 9Z as well as Alter Ego in this endgame, but goodness me, Falak is really the main character of the lobby at the moment.
Wow. Wow. He is looking so hot right now. Taking down almost the entirety of Loops with a chance, and with like no HP as well. From the beginning of that 1v4,
Those were
like 15 HP.
Yeah, those were actually some hot jukes coming through from Falak. Yeah, very well done. Fortunately, Alter Ego will take a knock there, which is kind of a big deal to go in the position. I think at this point in time, this is where you start to fold back slightly. Alva consistently is trying to get that information, but again, you've lost a player in your back line. That's one of your backstop anchors. Now life gets a little bit more difficult for you. With 9C having 4 players, it's a bit of a big deal. You have to now hope this circle moves away from this roadside where you can take advantage of the buildings.
It is an interesting dichotomy. 12 elims found for Alter Ego here. I mean, in a circle, they went down just there, we saw, but they got 8 elims on the match blank. It's a really strong result coming through. Alter Ego looking to try and keep this one under control, however.
Yeah, I mean,
what can 9Z do with the numbers?
There definitely was a mistake there coming through from Alter Egos. I think that they should have started to fold back a lot earlier. And again, still taking these aggressive angles is quite... It's a little bit uninformed of where the circle is at this point in time. For Alter Ego, like, look at this. They could have folded back here way earlier, been as a 4-man, and just played out this game. They don't need more eliminations at this point. You can just let the game play out slowly. You know there's a 4-man squad on your north side. That's your main prerogative now. That's who you need to be focused on.
Luke, we're going to try and clear out the fields, and he will be able to connect it. Just as he pops the reload, Quick goes down. 3 teams now remain. Everybody's going to know where this last player from Loops is now as well. He's got to crawl forwards. Going to have to wait for 9Z to make that first move, but has got some rock cover and might actually be able to get a decent amount closer to this compound. Rosemary, you imagine, going to be looking out for him, but 9Z, the major danger for them on the North Crash.
Yeah, they need like an initial knock as they push through. This smoke train looks pretty good so far and super necessary for them. I appreciate it. They try and take 2 angles here from Alter Ego, but yeah, they need to get 1 knock at least.
They're up to it. I mean, this is an angle that Ratto Boy could actually have an impact on as well. The approach here, he's going to see them. He's going to see all of this unfolding. As soon as they start to go for the fight, he's just going to hope that they don't look out his way. He's taking this opportunity to move up to the next rock. Has to go further, though. That's not in the zone. Needs to step further forwards than this. And that is where it's going to get really dangerous. People are going to figure it out. Yeah, you can see they're taking a look out to the field. He's got a couple more seconds to play around with. Alter Ego making moves in the meantime. That might draw the 9Z attention.
I'd be very interested to see the end game like travel diagram for 9Z, because they've been all over the place. But it's been a pretty damn good game for them so far, honestly. I think the main thing that's impressive here in this end game is just the smoke usage. And very quickly set up. As soon as they hit this building as well, there was smokes laid down to try and cover them off. They are kind of low on them. Good shot from Rosemary. Immediately needs to back off, and it's not the players he was looking for.
He's got 3 nades in that position for Rosemary. Needs to heal low. 9Z. I mean, they're not going to be able to flex out just yet. They do have some vehicles to play around with, but with Rosemary on the side swipe, getting up that ridgeline made so much harder. The backer towards the further high ground, get that crate as well. Might be dangerous. Snake, though, stepping forwards, getting very close to things, Blank.
Good damage so far. A little bit chip on both sides. Rosemary is a key figure in this end game. Up to 8 elims so far this game, doing a fantastic job. And it's a singular corridor almost in terms of the route that 9Z needs to take. Alter Ego, they've got 6 nades. They do need to be on target here. They are close enough for them.
Snake, again, cooking that nade. Goes, oh, just a bit short on the health. Does get on target, but has to back off, and that's going to allow Snake to go for the heal here. 4 nades remain. Alva moving up. They're putting a lot of pressure forwards on this one, with Rosemary on the outside. 9Z, I think you go up north. You go around the edge of that building, try and sweep the compound through on that side. Rosemary, sightline isolated, but he's up onto the rooftops now, playing further back as Alva looks to hold. 9Z, they are moving up to that north side and into the buildings, but the zone goes away from them. It's into the middle that it will fall, and that is on the outside, down the ridge in the open ground.
Yeah, Rosemary double back. There's not a lot of nades left available now for Alter Ego, and they really did need them in these last moments. And now it comes down to gun skill. Colligo finding Rosemary, which was the backstop, which leaves us into a 2v4. A very unlikely win coming now through from Alter Ego.
They got so much done, but it's 9Z who are able to move on through. Snake nade, and it's all up to Alva. A 1v4, and there's not a chance he shuts that one down. It's 9Z with a big chicken dinner there. It looked wild, looked chaotic at the start of that match for them, Blank. They had a really strange approach to the circle, but it seems like everyone else was just as confused as we were, because nobody could handle them.
I think when you look at Alter Ego, I think there's a little bit of overexcitement that comes through from that squad right towards the end game. I think they played it pretty perfectly up until their engagement between them and 9Z. I think they're still happy with the way that game went. I think there's definitely discussions going on about how they should have played it. But for 9Z, yeah, I mean, very, very cool rotates this game. There was a little bit of confusion towards that mid game though. But in terms of the gun skill so far, it looks very good from 9Z.
Yeah, they managed to win out those trades when they needed to. The nades looking all right there. That's a great pickup for them. That position that they held on that high ground, it did indeed work out. Inner circle, a very flashy play from Falak. I'm sure that will be going into the show reel, and they'll be having a good time of it as well.
I think let's head over back to the analysts. We'll see what they said about that game and 9Z's crazy rotates.
And it's 9Z bringing some of that Latino heat to the group stage here. It's Group Green, and this team has had such a crazy start. Rondo, 13 eliminations, and now they get that chicken dinner here in this match, Max Man. And by the way, one of my favorite things happened, right? Where the teams are all so good that they think without a doubt, this huge compound, it's gotta be taken, right? There's no way it's wide open, Max Man.
They're like, no, we're not even going to scout. We just know it's taken. But in fact,
It's gotta be.
wasn't.
Gotta be.
And I'm sure 9Z got in there. We're like, wait, we don't have to fight for this? We got for free? That's the best deal of the century. Hell yes. And then they end up taking some amazing clutches versus the players of Ultrigo. The roof angles were really good in Iptura, but they kept getting punished and over peaking, and 9Z Globan just found that kink in the armor and instantly abused that in their favor to not only just get the win, but get a ton of eliminations in the process.
Yeah, I really had Alter Ego slated to win that, right? Because they did have that third party against OG and D+. That gave them full control of the compound, full control of the north and the western side of zone, and then they started splitting to maintain that control. I loved that. But it seemed like they regrouped way too early for my liking, and that allowed 9Z that controlling angle onto those roofs onto the north side. And so from there, 9Z were able to just limit Alter Ego completely and eventually overrun them for the win. So very nicely played and really good kind of team reading.